And welcome back, everybody. This is the Benjinator, and you're watching Let's Play Xenogears, the greatest game conceived by any living or non-living being. Divine inspiration? Perhaps. No, actually, it was created by a guy named Tetsuya Takahashi, who went on to do some other projects, but this is by far his best one. He actually considered this game to be a failed, artistic endeavor, which is kind of shocking, seeing how much I absolutely adore it and how much of a big hit it actually was. So yeah, Margie's back in town. This town is actually a little hard to navigate, and we're gonna talk to some people. We're gonna have some chats, but it's it can sometimes be a little bit hard to figure out exactly where you are. So, just something to keep in mind. So, I should mention, by the way, I got a PlayStation and 2 PlayStation 2s. Mostly because it's old technology, and some PlayStations will run some games, and some will not run others. So it's almost kind of like a roulette of figuring out which PlayStation will run which game. This PlayStation 1, it's getting up there in years. I think it's had its 20th birthday fairly recently, so it sometimes is able to play Xenogears, sometimes it's not. But either way, we'll be able to get through this entire game because you can always order a new PlayStation off of eBay, or you can use one of the PlayStation 2s. Thank God for backwards compatibility. Yeah. I thought Maison was supposed to stay with the ship. Maybe I was confused. Oh yeah. Sorry, dude. You have a ship to look over. That's some important stuff. Okay, so now we get to explore the town a little bit. Mr. Pirate. No. Sorry, kid. Meaning never. No, Bart seems like the possessive type when it comes to his damn ship. So. Oh, here's the name of a soldier. What's he doing here? Maybe he's a deserter. You know what they do to deserters? They hang them by their thumbs and beat them with a branding iron. That's what they do. So these guys are obviously... What? Are you serious? Okay, well, I guess that helps. Like, we're the guys that brought back your magical, mystical, like, grandmother of Nisan. Friggin' Margie. And you can't give us lodging because you're giving aid and comfort to the enemy. What is wrong with you people? Okay, so this building's actually kind of important because it becomes like sort of like a mini HQ a little bit later on. The one thing that Bart and his crew are really good at doing is like setting up bases wherever. Make your move. What are you talking about? Yeah, Faye's like, what the fuck is this conversation? I see. Thank you, Bart. So, yeah, it seems to be that things are going in that direction anyway. Kind of creating sort of an insurrection and interfering with local politics. I mean, I'm totally down with that. Hey, what's going on? Grandma? I don't know if that's his real grandma. It's probably just... Bart seems like the type that calls anybody over the age of like 62 Gramps or Grandma. Yep. What's going on? Things are alright. God, is that like... They did that in Chrono Trigger too. They say don't overdo it. Even though there's no context into what you're overdoing. Yeah, Faye's a little shy. He's gone through a lot. Yeah, Faye really has been kind of the quiet one so far in this game. I mean, it changes a little bit later, but he's kind of always just been the background. Yeah, I think we can buy some new gear parts, actually. Gear parts. Let's see. We got some accessories. Got anything good? This stuff is really useful later on, but we just don't have the money for it. Let's see if we got any gear pots. Gear pots. No. We're not looking for anything now. Alright. That guy in the green uniform, I believe, is a Kislev soldier. So, the Ava ones, they got like the old man pilot gear, like the brown suits with the goggles. And the, what is it? The Kislev soldiers have green outfits, typically. So, there's kind of a difference there. This land is your land. This man is my land. It extends around a fucking lake. Oh, yeah. You guys talking about the lakes. Well, I mean, all things considered, this, if you're gonna live life peacefully, this isn't a bad place to be. These are the old, these are the old ladies that sit in the bench all day. Always need them. Okay, The innocent play of children. Let's see. Yeah, of course. And you know what? They didn't give us lodging at the damn inn. Could you, you know, do something about that? Well, there's always a great mother that's old and frail. I always think of, friggin' Maggie Smith from, Sister Act when I think of, like, a Reverend Mother or something. Except, you know, probably slightly less awesome than Maggie Smith. Yeah, if you guys have ever seen anything with Maggie Smith in it, she's pretty much the most badass old lady there is, aside from Betty White. She was in Sister Act, obviously, a long time ago, but she was also in Downton Abbey, which I haven't seen. But I remember, like, whenever I visited my parents, they'd always be watching it. And, what would happen is, like, whenever Maggie Smith was on screen, she would always just say something, like, witty and hilarious and, like, sardonically, like, tearing down somebody. Like, they'd be, like, she'd be pretty much insulting them and their mother and their father and everything that has anything to do with them. And like, they wouldn't even know it was hit them. They'd be like, what did you say? Like, Maggie Smith was just friggin' awesome. Yep. These bums are the ones that took care of you. Oh, no wonder you ended up running away. God, you could have been better almost parents. Jesus. Alright. So it looks like we're going up to the cathedral. The cathedral's actually pretty cool. I like it. So then you get to go through this way, and then you get to go to, I guess, the cathedral. Yeah, right here. It's a little hard to tell because you have to actually talk to Margie, who's in front of it, but whoa, 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 whoa. This is actually a nice piece. There's two versions of it in this game. There's the choral version, which you're listening to right now, and then there's also like an organ version that you hear later on. And you hear the organ version during one of the more unfortunate times. That's all I'm gonna say. No, we had to stop singing. Sorry, yo. I'm back. Yeah, no thanks to you. Let me run away because of a friggin' rumor. Well, I guess we can't blame the Holy Sisters for Margie's naivete and stupidity. Well, yeah, that's a pretty happy sounding piece. Of course there's a Sister Agnes. Not a grandmother named Agnes. Didn't really know her that well, but her name was definitely Agnes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're... Oh, they're dead? That sucks. Yeah, it's... Every game's gonna have its casualties, I guess. Especially when you're up against, like, a massive empire that's being backed by the Skyreich. When you're up against the Skyreich, people are gonna die. Can you stop being so damn sad? Can you just scold me like Maggie Smith? Alright. Come on, guys. Let's put on some, like, friggin' Rihanna or some shit. That'd be so ridiculous. Put on some, like, Kanye. Throw a party. Crazy ass party. Bless y'all. Oh yeah, you get to see some pretty cool stuff up in the I don't want to say the attic, but like the upper tiers of this cathedral. Except for one thing. Do not go in the fourth door to your right. You can never unsee what's in there. Margie. Oh boy. Now we're going to get to resume control. Yeah, let's take a look around. I'm just so happy to be back. Could have been worse. I mean, Margie, remember, this is the day before cutscenes. That's where you get to see, like, anime characters really just bawl their friggin' eyes out. It's super duper obnoxious. You will fail. Alright. Yeah, let's go. Let's check this place out. Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I do appreciate the, this was fairly new for there to be this much conversation in games. For some people, it's kind of an annoying thing, but I think it's cool. I think it adds a lot of depth to it. Unfortunately, this light is not going to elevate you. Alright. And, yeah, they're too busy singing. You don't want to interrupt the music. I mean, you can go back to just deadly silence if you want to, but it's probably not the best idea. I think there's a pathway up over here. I'm trying to just remember how to navigate this place. It's a little tricky. Oh, there she is. What's up, Margie? Yeah, it's gallery time. Gonna get to explore some art. And so this is kind of straightforward. Even if you try to run into her like that, she just stops moving. So you have to kind of like doop 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 doop. They're so close together. Yeah, if Faye tripped and fell, he would just knock the other two out like dominoes, giving them both fractures and thus ending the game. There's so many ways that this game could just end without a moment's notice. Crazy. Looking over at the veranda. Magnificent. Brilliant, brilliant. Well, you know, there's probably better hiding places than a giant friggin' cathedral than where you're standing right now. Oh, come on. You guys aren't that old. Yeah, Bart's pretty, like, infantile in a lot of ways. Uh-huh. Yeah, you kind of are. It's not the worst thing. Oh, I like this camera angle switch. Now it's all of a sudden like, woohoo! Look at that. Get to have a nice view. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is when we get to see Seitan Uzuki's PhD in art history. This part's fun. Yeah, it's... Again, I get it. These are, you know, 1997 graphics, but this was still pretty awesome for the late 90s. It's pretty cool stuff, guys. Just saying. Oh my. One of the guys that sometimes will join us in my co-op LPs, TJ, he does the best voice for Seitan Uzuki. Like, his voice acting is just like, that painting, what brilliant artistry. Like, I just can't do it. It's great. But, yeah, look at that. Look at that representational expertise. They're just looking at the two, like, this is obviously late Etruscan. Even though the Etruscans don't exist in this universe, you could just throw in something. I see. So it's representation of humans need each other for help. Interesting. I mean, it could not represent that at all, but who knows? Aha. Interesting. Yeah. Look at that. Enforcing gender roles. I have a weird feeling that if this game came out in 2017, that would be a point of controversy. It's like, are you misgendering the angels? The one-winged angels? Could just be speculation. Yeah, this is just C10 Yuzuki practicing for his, like, upcoming professorship as an art teacher. He's like, yeah, I gotta memorize this material. I'm really glad that we're stopped by this cathedral, because I didn't get a chance to see these statues. Thanks, guys, I appreciate it. Glad that we could, you know, save Margie, but also have a nice stop on this artistic tour. Oh, you're not gonna give us your new avant-garde presentation? Face like, WTF? Amusing fellow. That's not very nice, Margie. Fucking genius is more like it. It's sorry, guys. Like, it's a habit of mine just to know everything and speculate on every, like, facet of humankind. Apologies. Sorry about that. There we go, Faye. See, Faye understands. Yeah, that's probably Faye most of the time. But Faye's only 18 years old. Kind of a simple fellow. Yeah. Well, that's some insight right there, Faye. Wouldn't it be so much, like, better if they had two wings? They didn't have to, like, depend on each other to fly? That'd be so cool. Yeah, see, that's definitely a new thing. You didn't have a lot of games that speculated on art. Definitely not a lot of JRPGs. I mean, you did have the opera scene in Final Fantasy VI a couple of years before. That was, you know, kind of like that was a good example of JRPGs dipping into high art, but certainly didn't have them looking and analyzing sculptures, that's for sure. Sophia. Oh, yeah. The first Reverend Mother of Nisan is Sophia. That's right. That's right. Ooh. We're gonna check out the special room. Of course, Sudan's like, yeah, we gotta see that. It's like, dude, my art tour of this place is not complete until we see that. Sorry, guys. Alright, so, cool. Looks like next we're gonna be checking out some more old-ass rooms and examining some more art. So, what exciting adventure awaits us in the next floor? Find out in the next episode of Let's Play Xenogears. This is the Benjinator, and I'll see you guys later.